Hello guys, welcome to part 3 of our PR story. So today we're going to discuss about what happened after I informed IRCC that my family composition has changed, that I've gotten married, and then until the period when I added all my dependents.
Okay, thank you so much for that intro. Well guys, I realized that it's been a while I've begged you guys to subscribe to my channel, and I feel like that is pride. So I am here to humble myself before thee. Please guys, subscribe to my channel
and like this video so that other persons will also see it.
You can share to your friends who are actually planning to relocate
and benefit from the valuable information shared here.
Please subscribe to my channel, please, and get me to 1K subscribers. You guys have been amazing. When I started this whole relocation series, I was about 500 and something subscribers, and now we are above 700 subscribers. Thank you so much to my 700 subscribers and more. Babe, why were you unable to tell IRCC that your family composition has changed?
So, you know, when you inform them and you tell them that you want your spouse to travel with you, they are going to request that you provide certain information and documents as evidence of your claims. And one of those documents is international passports.
For your spouse?
Yeah, for the spouse. However, at the time, we needed her to have a passport that reflects the same surname, as in being married. Although it's not a requirement that your spouse, your wife, must change her surname to yours. But sometimes it just removes any iota of doubt.
Yeah.
So that was So we needed to get her to get a new passport that reflects her surname, which will be the same with mine. So we had to go through the long process of change of name. And since that I'm a lawyer, I was able to do most of the processes easily.
Yeah.
I did an affidavit which I prepared myself, went to court and had it signed, and deposed to. And the next thing is
the newspaper publication.
Newspaper, which I also did. It was pretty much easy. I think then it was just 5,000 naira. And then you get the document, the
I didn't even know that you paid much.
So she doesn't even know what happened. All that she saw is that one day I came back with a publication showing that her name has changed. And then after we did the change of name, we then started the process to get her passport. So
then we didn't have money. Okay, we didn't have money to pay to an immigration officer to do fast track passport for us, because at this point we needed all the cash, every kobo. We needed every money. So my husband filled the form. Then you don't have to fill online, you fill the forms, and we went to passport office.
It's actually online now.
The way they do it,
you feel online.
Yeah, but the way they do it now, is just one form. You just feel simple and easy.
Yeah.
But then you have lots of forms to fill. So you filled all those forms. We went there with our marriage certificate. I have to be going from one officer to the other. Now I got to close to the last where I have to capture, and they told me that my NIN surname did not match with my passport. But I couldn't do my NIN then, so I just begged them that can I just at least capture. So they said okay, because I left work. I work in Bagada, and I was doing this whole thing in Ikoyi. God will bless that my friend Isaac. I don't know if you are going to watch this video, but God will bless you, because Isaac and Chinwe, they were so good. They were always covering up for me when I was away. They helped me do my jobs. I mean, they were so good to me. Although I told them what I was doing, but they were very supportive. So I captured that day. After capturing, they sent me an email that my NIN verification failed. Of course, that's what you are going to get. So the next day, I went to capture for my NIN. I had to capture, like recapture my 10 fingers, change name, do everything. But before then, I paid some money in the bank to update my name change.
I think you paid that day. We went somewhere at the passport office.
Outside, there's a bank there, UBA.
We got the form outside. And then we paid.
And those people outside, they are forming. Oh God, that story for another day. We should have paid, and I captured and everything. So after like a month, or close to a month. I don't think it's almost a month. I think because we got married in August. I started this whole passport thing in September after you captured for your biometrics. Yeah, that was when I started this whole process. So sometime in October, we decided to go to this Ikoyi to know what's up, because so many persons started telling us that it was our fault, we made a mistake, that why did we not pay to an immigration officer, that since we did it on our own, Oyo is our case. So hey, somebody now introduced us to one man. We went to meet him. We now told him, sir, daddy, this is what is going on, help us. So daddy now said we should pay 10,000 naira. We said okay, that let's go and gather the money. On our way outside, my husband was not like, let's ask this Savicon girl, this girl that works with Savicon, how far? Let's give her an hour, because you will be given a tracking number when you capture. So we now asked her. She said, okay, let me get your number. I gave her. She went inside. She said, your passport is ready. What? You say? How was I sat down?
That was how we almost paid someone 10K for something that was already ready.
I mean, we will just give that man the glory, because if we pay, the man will just tell us to come and collect the passport tomorrow. We'll be like, hey, this man has done wonders. We did not know that God has already done the wonders. That was how I collected the passport and I went back home. I got my new NIN. It's the same NIN number. My NIN number did not change. It's the former one that they still give me. The name, and I got my international passport. That was where you now told them that the boy is not a man.
So I just sent them an email. Was it an email or a web form, just informing them that, hey, my family composition has changed. I now have a spouse. I've gotten married. I got married on the so dates, and that I intend to travel with my spouse to Canada.
Then you uploaded proof of
so
the marriage,
the marriage certificate, which is the primary proof of marriage. And after 2 days, RCC came back to me, and then they responded with a request for documents and evidence and forms to fill. All those immigration forms I filled that explain my entire life history for the past 10 years, everywhere that I've lived.
I had to do all of those things that he did as well.
Everything that I did, she had to also do those things and explain everything. And then proof of relationship.
This is the one.
Don't
delete chat though. Even if you're your boyfriend quarrel, screenshot, send it to your email. Don't delete shout you, because shout will help you now. All the chats, like from when we met, all our conversations, both on Facebook, on Instagram, on email, everything. Because we're always talking on emails while at work. Emails, everything, we screenshotted everything, and make sure when screenshotting that the date and time is showing, so that they will be able to know that okay, this will start a relationship like some 3 years back, some 4 years back. And pictures of all the dates we've been to.
Maybe all those old pictures you took on dates. You have to show them to prove that this is an actual relationship and not just something that you did an arrangement or contract for the purpose of immigration.
Then your call records.
Call records. We wanted to do call records.
You didn't get ours.
I wrote to MTN and said, you guys will give me call records for this period between me and this particular number.
For where?
Iwakataya. When it comes to the customer, I never got those call records. So I just did without that particular proof of relationship. And then you need pictures of your
traditional marriage, white wedding, court wedding. And mind you, these pictures has to be strategic. Why did I say that? Don't go and give them only picture. Your husband is doing like this. The picture should show families. When I was kneeling down giving him drink, when my father was praying for us, when the women were dancing out with me from the room, all those pictures. The photographer, tell your photographer, snap us well.
Show people.
Let it show that this is an actual wedding. This is a gathering. At the end of the day, we shall send them all these pictures.
The white wedding pictures to the court wedding pictures. Even the court wedding pictures, we showed pictures of when we are standing with our Ashebi girls and guys.
That's white wedding.
That's white wedding. That's what I'm saying.
You said court. That's white wedding. Court wedding is just when the because it was a Muslim woman that actually boarded us. Because we shall send them everything we have.
Yeah, then send them documents such as the marriage certificates. She now had to do medicals.
Then before I snapped. Remember I said when my husband was applying, he went to a photographer, a studio to snap a corporate Canadian passport. I snapped a corporate Canadian passport as well.
Yeah.
Now it was time for medicals. Since I want to apply, I just needed to just do my medicals and apply. To fasten my my application. I didn't want to wait for them to say, "Oh, yeah, bring medicals." So I just wanted to be fast about it. We paid to IOM to do my medicals. After like a week or two, IOM got back to us that I cannot do medicals, that they have closed the next day, and I was given just a month to do all of these things. So I was like, this is sad. This is really sad. So we went to Q Life. We were able to get a date. Now, a week before I went to Q Life, I found out I was pregnant. At this point, I just thank God, because I didn't know I was pregnant when I was processing the IOM thing. And even if I had gone through with that medical with IOM, I would have endangered my baby. Is that I would have lost my baby, or something would have happened to my baby? Why am I saying this? Because when they will ask, "Are you pregnant?" I will say no, and I will just do my X-ray, my chest X-ray, without any form of covering to cover my tummy for my baby, without any protection. So when
those X-rays can be harmful to the unborn child,
very harmful,
especially at that very early stage.
I'm telling you, and this is my first baby. Because I did go Canada, I thank God. Some things will happen in our lives and you will be like, "God, why, God, why?" But just be patient and you will see the reason in future. So that was the reason, and I thank God. So I finally did the medicals in Q Life, but I was unable to complete it because obviously I was pregnant. So they said I can't do my chest X-ray. That I should come back after I've given birth.
I think they always give you a choice, right?
Yeah, they told me, no, you at that point my pregnancy was early. They said I can't.
Yeah, it was early. Then they said that you can come back
after
first pregnancy.
Yeah, I can come back after the first trimester. But we started making research and we found out that even that covering, sometimes something can go wrong, and we didn't want to risk.
And any small reweant,
that's the
something
will just affect the brain of the child. One thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to take the risk.
It was too much of a risk to take. I mean, we value our child
more than this whole journey to Canada.
Anything else.
Because if you now have an unhealthy baby and you travel, you want to come to Canada and be going to the hospital up and down. So we didn't want that. So I did the medicals, I didn't do the X-ray. So they gave me a form stating that I didn't complete my medicals, I was pregnant, I should upload that form. So we uploaded the form, and we uploaded the form while we were applying. So after the whole medical thing, it was time to make payments to apply.
Yeah, making that payment was very difficult because Nigerian banks, they like making things more difficult. At the time, although I have a dollar card, wherein I just paying USD and I can make any payments or purchases I want online, but there was a limit in those dollar cards that you cannot make payments more than $1,000, and this payment was over $8,000.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried everything. I tried all those online dollar cards. They didn't work. So
it was my friend.
Payment, so
it was my friend, Niela.
So our friend in Canada introduced us to somebody who is in Canada who is able to help with all those kind of payments.
Yeah.
So I sent Naira to him, and then he helped us make the payments.
The guy was really helpful. Niela, if you're watching this video, thank you so much. Shout out to you. You are a kind person. Myself and Niela has never seen each other. We met on the street of YouTube. Yeah, she was a YouTuber. We met in 2020 when we started this our application thing, and she was always there. I was asking questions. She was always there. So when it was my turn, she even gave me her WhatsApp number. We started chatting directly. Like, I can't wait to see her. I'm in Canada now. I think we spoke some weeks back. I just pray that one day I will see her. She stays in Kitchener, so it's a bit far, but not so far. It's something I can do. Anyways, that's by the way. That was how my husband paid and I applied. The next in line was supposed to be my biometrics, right? But we didn't get my biometrics. instruction letter. I applied in December, so I was expecting the letter like in 3 weeks or in a month's time, but it never came. At this period, we didn't bother much because I was pregnant. A lot was going on in our lives at that moment. We were expecting a baby, so, and we felt that we've not done my own part of the bargain. I've not completed my medical, so let's just wait. So we waited for the whole year because I gave birth in August 2021. So after giving birth, I went to complete my medicals, but they didn't give me any letter to give to IRCC. They said they will update it themselves. So I just completed the medicals in September. I gave birth in August. September was 1 month past 1 month postpartum, so I was strong enough to walk around. I just completed the medicals and we started waiting again. At this point, my husband started sending them web form. Please though, he didn't tell them we've given birth. We didn't tell them
yet. He pushed the coming minister on web form because I was sending web form every other day
with emails to Prime Minister.
And I was on a group wherein someone shared with us the email addresses of some prime minister, some MPs, members of parliament, and even the PM, the prime minister
himself.
I got Chaju's email address and we were bombarding them with emails because, you know,
speaking BB grammar, that this process is causing mental breakdown.
Yeah.
That we don't know what's going on. That it's been over a year. We need at least my wife's biometric instruction letter. We've done everything.
You know, this application, we did it ourselves, so we didn't use any expert or any immigration person or a lawyer. So most times when you are in some of these WhatsApp groups, if something worked for someone, everybody will try it. That is going to work for them. So everybody, I think people do it sometimes. Just write an email to an MP, and then the MP might speak to IRCC and then think.
I'm telling you, some people do get response.
I have a friend who got a response from IRCC after he spoke with an MP. I have a friend like that. So I was doing the same thing. I wrote to the PM, Prime Minister. I wrote to different MPs, and most times they would say, "Oh, you're not a member of my constituency." Since we didn't hear back from IRCC after all this while, all these emails that we were sending, all the web forms, and we already have our daughter, and this was around September.
Yeah.
So I felt it was just time for us to inform IRCC that my family composition has changed again. I now have a daughter, and we want to include my daughter.
So our PR journey.
Yeah. But then I don't know why we waited until about November to inform them.
It was because we're first-time parents and we didn't know this thing, so we felt like Celine was too young to go through NIN process and passport, so we're waiting for her to come of age. And in September she was just a month, so we waited till November. She was 3 months in November.
3 months, yeah. So
that was when I now took her to do her capture for her NIN. So this was when this November 2021, this was when Nigeria made NIN a serious prerequisite for anything you are doing. NIN for your bank, NIN for passport, NIN for SIM registration, NIN for every single thing. So it took us about 3 weeks for her NIN number to be out. In fact, I had to pay one of the workers there some money for him to send me the PDF slip of Celine's NIN number. So I just forwarded to my husband for him to print out. That was how we got the NIN.
So the moment we got the NIN, that was time to now start the process for getting our passport.
Yeah.
And for the passport, we had to even pay for fast track because we wanted it to come out very quickly.
Fast track in the mode.
So we went for the capturing, we filled the forms.
We did everything.
But when would the passport be out?
She captured in December.
Yeah. And the guy kept telling her that her NIN is not reflecting, they cannot proceed, they cannot do because her NIN is not reflecting.
My husband and I went back to his community of WhatsApp people. Guys, help me, who has ever been in this situation? And that was how they now gave him a number of somebody that works with NIN in Abuja.
Yes.
So he called them and we paid some money we paid money in this thing. We paid some money for them to fast track our NIN. So So at the end of the whole fast tracking, the NIN finally appeared in February. And some capture that we captured in December that we've been following up appeared in February. That was when her passport came out. I was so excited that it's as if we've gotten PPR. That passport gave us sleepless nights.
So that was about 5 months after.
February. Celine was already 6 months old.
6 months after our child was born. So that was when we informed RCC that, hey, my family has increased again. I now have a daughter. That's pregnancy that made us want to complete medicals. The pikin has landed.
The pikin have come.
Yeah. So I informed them, and then
they sent forms.
Yeah. After about 2 weeks, they responded.
Yeah.
I made requests for us to send forms and documents to support the application.
Yeah.
And
they sent forms for us to fill, and we personally we just felt let's just update our medicals. Since I did medicals, they've not said anything to me. My husband's medical has expired,
and more than 1 year since the medicals.
And Celine now, she wants to apply, so we should just do the medicals together. So that's how we paid, and we all did medicals again, and we applied for Celine. Celine's application fee was about 230 Canadian dollars. I also took her to a studio to snap a professional headshot. We scanned all her pages of her international passport. We did everything. She's a child, so she does not need police reports because she's a baby. But she does not need all those background check thing. Just her birth certificate and the rest we just sent to them. So after sending to them, that was when my husband looked back that his old
my
international passport
was expiring.
It has expired. It expired in November 2021.
Yeah, we didn't even know. And so I needed to get a new passport. So I then did the process to get a new passport. I think that one didn't really give us a serious problem, and then that one came out. So around this period, I then ordered for GCMS notes. Now, this GCMS notes is like a document that gives you details of your application and
the current status,
that's been done on it, and the status of the application. So it is detailed. They will tell you everything about the application. It's a long document. You know why I'm laughing? The second one I applied for.
We've not seen it till today.
I've not seen it till today.
Till this moment. We've not seen the second one. But the first one came.
So that first one showed that my daughter has not reflected on my application. So even though I've sent them documents to add her, they've not actually added her to my application. So
they've not added that, because even on your profile, when you click dependents, you can see just me. You cannot see her. Now, guys, by this time, I've done a fresh medical. So the next thing is biometrics. We still have not gotten biometric request letter. We now started our web form thing again every single day. Now, I want to tell you guys something. Since we started this process, after we got married, we stopped paying rent in full, because we are always of the notion that PPR will soon come. PPR will soon come. PPR will soon come. So we'll be paying our rent 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. Till that 20, we are still paying 6 months.
Just looking for excuse.
Yeah. It's not like we didn't have the money to pay, but we were like, PPR will soon come, but it was only for us to pay complete.
I don't want to now be asking them
to refund money.
Refund.
Our house was not comfortable, because ever since we got married with the mindset of we will travel within a year, within 6 months. So we didn't want to start buying all sort of fancy things in the house. We didn't want to get a bigger apartment. We didn't want to be so comfortable, because we don't want to spend that money. After spending us money, we will be selling these things again. So we didn't want to. We just said, I beg, let's manage. People will come and they will say, these people, their house is ugly. It's none of my business. You don't know.
Ugly though, but
the kind of life we want to live was not the kind of life we were living. We were just managing. Honestly, at some point our gen got bad. I told my husband not to buy another gen. When mosquito finished my daughter 2 days, we have to go and get a new gen. We're like, any which way, we'll find a way to sell it.
And we used a new gen for more than
a year.
And we sold the gen for how much?
We sold it 80. It was later we sold it for. So that's by the way. Where did we stop?
Yeah, so on May 4, 2022,
Yeah.
we received ADR. ADR means additional document request.
Sorry to come in. You see this ADR. All the YouTube videos I've been watching, once somebody gets ADR, PPR is coming in next week. PPR is coming the same day. PPR is coming in 3 days' time. ADR is like give us, let us stamp your passport. ADR came, we started dancing. Me, in my heart, I've already signed out from Lagos. It was only my body that was in Nigeria. My soul, everything was in Canada when we saw ADR. When the ADR came, they asked for updated proof of funds. They asked for police report for my husband and I. And there are some documents we filled while we were adding selling, and I felt like we made a mistake because we checked back. We made a mistake in one question when they asked if I've had other names. I was supposed to say yes because of my maiden name. I said no. So that same form, they sent it back for us to refill. So we refilled all these forms. We sent it back. We were hoping and praying that PPR will come.
And then they asked for your biometrics. Finally,
my VIL came. And the day I did my biometrics, that same day they updated my biometrics on his profile. So everything was working so well. In my head, we are in Canada. We started waiting. They didn't say anything. A week later, they asked for medicals again for my husband.
They me to do a medical, and I was like, "But I just did the medical recently. Why am I still being asked to do a medical?"
This recently is like 2 months ago or a month ago. You just did medicals.
And medicals needs to
last for
1 year. So I went to IUL and explained to them, "See, I did medicals 2 months ago, and they asked me for medicals. I shouldn't be getting this request. But what should be done?" I read somewhere that they can link the medical study with the medical request, and that's what I asked for. I went there 3 times. They said they would do it. Let them speak with someone. That they will send an email to RICC.
Somebody was even telling you people will be rushing. Where are you rushing to?
But that wasn't the point. The point
Where are you rushing to?
The point is not whether I made a mistake. The point is this has been
Baba,
done.
link something.
So what is the solution? Just link the medicals I did with the medical request.
Right.
But this wasn't done until
we now got an update that we did not get your medicals that we asked for. We didn't get any medicals. I was so pissed because I felt like we are close to the finish line. What is all this?
Problems.
Thank God they now asked for another medicals for my daughter. So that now opened that space again. They now said we requested for a medical examination from you. So when they opened that, I told my husband, just go to QLife and don't say a word. Don't tell them you've done or you've not done. Just submit the medical, because when they ask for a medical, they will give you a form. Just give them the form. That was how they did their medicals on the 23rd of June, 25th of June. Medical passed just 2 days. I said, God is on our matter. Everything is just happening so fast that we'll soon get PPR. We didn't get anything. July 22nd, we got an update that our background check, they are processing our background check, which is also a good sign, and that they are reviewing the additional documents we submitted. It's also a good sign. This was when I found out that I was pregnant with Jaxel. So in my head, I am going to be having a Canadian baby. I was happy. Even if I wasn't happy initially that I was pregnant because my baby was still small. But all the same, I was happy because this pregnancy will grow in Canada. Do you get? On my head, everything was pa. We started waiting. We stopped sending web forms. We stopped sending emails.
We relaxed because even on that our WhatsApp group, most persons, once they get ADR,
10 days,
1 week, 2 days, once they send the documents requested, before you know it, PPR. So I was just
relaxed. PPR is here. Yeah, I told my mommy, that thing that we are waiting for, God has done it. I was so happy.
Yeah.
We stopped doing everything. Guess what?
Nothing happened.
August passed. So in August, we've not heard anything. September, we've not heard anything. At this point, we got angry. I told my husband, I am done living like a pauper. I am done living like I'm hungry. I'm done. Do you know what? We have to renovate our house. We took out our old couch. We got a new couch. We did repainting. We renovated our house. Renovated our bedrooms.
We
We now paid full rent for the first time. I said I'm tired of, because it's been 2 years that we're giving this man story that does not make sense. That was done. We moved on with our lives. So my friend relocated to the UK in September. So I had a conversation with my husband that what are we going to do? Should we forget this Canada thing and go to UK? But when we weighed everything,
I think we just prayed about it, right? Because I mean, the UK's roads seemed simple and easy.
But you'll be spending money.
And of course, you spend money, but it looks simple and easy. And I mean, I saw
potentials,
a route there, because even as a lawyer, it might be easier for me to start working there immediately when I land. But what we did was we prayed about it. We gave ourselves like a period, 1 week. I said, let's pray for 1 week.
Let's see.
And then let us see God's direction. If the delays in Canada was an indication that we should look elsewhere,
or if we should be patient and wait.
So the thing is that
after the 1 week.
No, not before the 1 week, not even after. The thing is that the more we prayed about it, the less we thought about UK.
Do you get? The thought of UK just vanished from our mind.
As we are praying every day, we're losing interest.
Exactly.
Before the end of the 1 week, we're like, what are we going to do?
We just forgot about that UK.
So I don't think about it anymore.
I just told God, I don't want these people to come in a time when my son is almost here. We can't add him. We can't do this. I don't want it. I just want you to, after waiting this long, God, do something that will make me happy. So people did not come. The whole of 2022, people did not come. 2023, February 3rd, I didn't post my delivery video. If not, you guys would have seen it. February 3rd, I went to the hospital February 2nd and I gave birth February 3rd because I was induced. Baby was already past due date. I was induced. I gave birth February 3rd. After giving birth, 12 days, in fact, 11 days after, because Jasa was 12 days old, we didn't have to wait. See all those things we did while we give birth to that. We want that to come of age. We want that to be a big girl. Laila, we do not wait. So, Jasa was 12 days old and we took him straight to do his NIN. He captured for his NIN. I remember the woman saying, why you people stressing this newborn baby? I said, madam, I beg. We want him to do it, please.
Let's just do it and get it over.
Let's just do it and get it over with. And I was when Nigeria wanted to do their election. So we were all, I said, I don't want the election to happen first. But we shall give her 1 or 2 stories. Plus, it was not her business. But she was on capturing. We have to be nice. So he captured, and the next day, my husband filled forms online. We just applied for his capturing for his passport.
The NIN came out very fast this time around.
The next day now, the NIN came out.
The next day, I went and I got the NIN the very next day.
The next day. So we applied for him for his international passport online. After applying, they gave us a date.
So this time around, passport process, you cannot go and get a date
immediately.
Fast tracked date. No, the date must be given to you by the computer. So no matter who you know, even if you know the head of
you cannot go and capture when it's not your turn.
When you are booking for your passport, the computer will give you a date. So since I couldn't get that kind of fast tracked process date for capture, I just paid for myself. Did all the fill the forms online, paid online. It was,
and they give us a
cheaper.
Date 3 weeks after 3 weeks from the day you booked.
Yeah,
that was when they gave us. So you now told the ICC that you have given birth, and they sent us forms to fill, but they didn't give us any deadline. But in our head, we just prayed that we should do this whole thing before 1 month elapsed. So the day of his capturing came. My husband has already met somebody there, so he just gave me the man's number. I got to the immigration office. I saw the man. I told him, because my son was just 6 weeks then, I told him that the baby is 6 weeks old and I want to get his passport like ASAP. Can you fast track? He said yes, that 30K. I was like, daddy, Biko, my son, I don't have money, see my baby, blah blah blah. He now said he can collect 20K last because of my baby. I said no problem. So we paid, and the man was on my matter. The outside, the man carried me and just sell downstairs. People were on the queue waiting to capture. The man said, please, there's a 6-week-old baby here. Let him capture and go home. This baby is fresh from the womb. That's how one woman came up from nowhere. Where na they run, they go. Where na they run, they because when the young boy come up for belly, where na they run? No, no go stay in Nigeria for better. I did as if I was deaf. I did not even answer her. Well, that's how I went to capture. And Jackson was sleeping on through. I was praying that this boy should wake up because if he's sleeping, they cannot capture him. And 6 weeks old baby, do you know it's difficult to wake up a 6 weeks old because their sleep can be so deep. That was how Jackson just woke up, just like that. One woman carried him. They said I cannot hold him. I think the man was wearing white, so the woman just held him. So firm. But our capture did not even take up to 2 seconds. We were done because they don't capture their fingers. They don't have finger whatever. They don't have what's this like?
Fingerprints.
They don't have fingerprints. So he just captured and we left. So they didn't give us anything. I just called the man. The man said next week I should come and collect passport. Next week Tuesday, I called him. He said the passport is ready. I went there. That was that this man gave me my son's international passport. Within oh my god,
everything was so
fast. The moment I came back, that was how I took Jassel to go and snap a passport, the headshot, Canada passport headshot in the studio as usual. That is like the norm. We just applied because we told them we applied, but we did not pay for Jaxel and we did not do medicals for him because we have learned our lessons. We didn't want what happened to Selena. Selena had to do medicals twice because this medical we are talking about is not free. It's money. It's money. So we didn't pay and we didn't do all. We just applied. And I told my husband, babe, I promise you, within 1 week we are going to get ADR. My faith then was too strong, and sometimes I lose faith, and when I lose faith I just pray and I tell God, please give me more faith to trust you that you're going to do this for us, please. That was how many days later did ADR came?
I think
it came on a Thursday. We applied on Monday. It came on Thursday.
After 4 days
ADR came. Then the ADR they asked for medicals for all of us from head to toe. And this this ADR came in March. ADR came in March. And I think I did my medicals in February, but you and Celine did your medicals in June. So it's not even up to a year. But they asked all of us to do medicals again plus Jackson and all those documents.
I don't know if you can see this man. The man refused to stay, so let me just carry him and complete the video.
So they asked for all of these documents and we delivered. 2 days later we got another ADR. They asked for his payments. We should pay for him because we didn't pay. It was about 230 Canadian dollars. So we made the payment immediately. They gave us 8 days deadline. We're like 8 days. What did we do?
We did.
Immediately we did that. So this whole thing happened in April. Now a week later, April 27th, we've been checking our application like back to back. See, when you are in IRCCs in your life, your email, that your Gmail account will be your best friend. We're checking back to back. That's how we checked that night. Medical passed. We were so happy. I told my husband that May 4th passport request will come. We started waiting for May 4th for passport request. May 4th was like came on a Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No, Thursday. Because May 8th was on a Monday. May 4th. Passport request not come. I told my husband, don't worry. So PPR came on. Before PPR came, the weekend on Saturday, one night, I was just on my phone. I was watching The Voice Nigeria. I love to watch it. So I was in the parlor. My husband and the kids were in the room. They were sleeping. I was really feeling sleepy. So when I stood up to go to sleep, my spirit just told me, Cynthia, pray about your application. I was sleeping already. Like my phone was already falling on my face. I said, okay, let me just go in and sleep. But when I heard that voice, I came back. I started praying. I prayed. So I started praying. I was quoting Bible. One of my best scripture was, I think, was it 1 John 5 verse 14? I've forgotten. There was a scripture I was reading. That scripture said that we should have confidence that whatever we ask of him, he will give it to us. If according to his will, that we should just know that since we have asked him, he will give us. And I looked up, I was like, God, Have I not asked you? You say you will give me. Please. I cried. I prayed. The moment I made that prayer, I said that prayer, I felt relieved. I went in, I slept. On Monday morning, my husband went out. He has an appointment with a client. So he was in a meeting. I was just working on my laptop. I was doing a program online. And I got an email. I was on my husband's small phone, and his email was linked to that phone as well. I got an email, application, whatever. You have a message in your application. Immediately, I had serious bowel movement. Immediately, my body started shaking. I started calling my husband. My husband not pick. I said, I know that you are in a meeting. Baba, I don't have your password. Baba, come back home. I need you. My body was shaking. The moment my husband came back home, my neighbor was in my door. She was in my door. She was talking to me.
I already checked it now before coming back.
Yeah, so I now called you when you were on your way. You were not like, babe, it's not PPR. Oh. That is all information. Something.
So wait now. When I saw those messages from my wife, yes, she just told me that, guy, check your application or check your email. I then checked my email and I saw that the settings of the
you have a message waiting for you in the application.
Yeah. When I logged in to my profile, I was expecting to see passport request or something like that. What I saw was
information letter.
When I opened the letter, the first thing that they wrote is that we are about completing. That your application for permanent residency is almost complete.
The next information is about if anything has changed, let us know this and that.
Yeah, and then they were asking for passport photograph. And
the proper dimension.
And I was like, what is this one that I asked him? I don't even understand what this request is.
When I called him, he said, babe, it's not PPR. At that moment, it's as if I should faint. That feeling, I cannot imagine that. I don't know how to explain the way I felt when you told me it was not PPR. I said, I've been hoping. God, why? I said, anyways, let me not judge. Let me wait. The moment you came back, my neighbor was on the door. I was just like, babe, I'm so happy you are back home. That was why I told my neighbor, I'll see you later. My husband is back. I need to attend to my husband. We locked the door. Babe, so bring out it. Let me read
the email. So the thing is that when I read it, I didn't read everything.
You just read the beginning and ending.
I read the beginning and the ending. But as part of the message, they asked for so many documents, including your original international passport. And then I went, this is PPR now. Looking for that.
Do you know at that point, we don't even know how to react. We didn't know how to react. We didn't know if we should be excited or we should. At some point, my husband just laid on the floor. He was just like, hey! Thank God! I was like, this is the people. I would jump. I said, should I vlog? Should I record this moment? I said, beg. I'm not recording anything. Me that I've been saying that if I see PPR, I will cry. I will shout. I did not see cry or cry. I didn't see thirst or shed. I was surprised. I was dumbfounded. It was serious. That's the word. It was really serious. I didn't know. I couldn't believe this was happening finally. That they asked for our passport request. I didn't know. I can't believe. I was so excited. But guys, PPR finally came May 8th, 2023. The journey we started from March 20th, 2020 ended in praise, or is almost at the end, but ended in praise May 8th, 2023. I told my husband people will come May 4th, but people came May 8th, 2023. It was a dream come true. But guys, this was where the original anxiety started from. You guys might be surprised. You guys might not understand what we are trying to say, but I will let you guys know what happened, why I said at this point anxiety has increased.